If you're eating something that's raw and there's no kill step, you better believe that cleaning it properly is so critically important. Hi, I'm Maria, otherwise known as the Fit Foodie. I'm a chef, holistic nutritionist, author, inventor, and mom. And I want to welcome you to my podcast. It's called Recipes for Your Best Life. And with every episode, I'm peeling back the onion on fitness, nutrition, health, wellness, and family. The truth is, you're the chef of your life. And for every important pillar, there's a great recipe worth sharing. So every week, we'll explore them together. Think of it as food for thought that you can really sink your teeth into. So join me, and let's squeeze the joy out of this life, because you only get one. Can I get a fork, yeah? It's Monday, March 9th, and as I'm recording this, I'm looking at the headline news. And it will be a day that goes down in history because today we saw the biggest one-day point drop on the Dow Jones stock market ever in the history of the stock market. Why? Fears around coronavirus. Every once in a while, a scary new vocabulary word in the world of viruses comes along. And like coronavirus, it sets 5-alarm fear in the hearts of everyone. So we know about H1N1, we know about bird flu, we know about SARS and others. And now, as of today, we've seen coronavirus sweep its ugly head around the globe, leaving a world population in hysteria. And did we mention there's no vaccine for it? Like that would help anyways. But according to the World Health Organization, WHO, that's the acronym, here's what we know about coronaviruses. It's a large family of viruses, and that family is partially responsible for SARS, the severe acute respiratory syndrome. It also includes diseases like Middle East respiratory syndrome, or MERS. But the coronavirus is a new strain, and it had not been previously identified in humans. Coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning that they can be transmitted between animals and people, which is how they initially believe that the disease caught fire, and the ground zero for that being in China. Common signs of the infection include respiratory systems, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and other types of related symptoms. And in more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, that's SARS, and kidney failure, sometimes even death. But from what we've seen, it's almost always, if not always, because somebody is already immune compromised. As of the date of the publish of this podcast, over 80,000 people have acquired coronavirus and over 2,700 have died. The fact that the coronavirus is highly contagious and can be transmitted by air or hard surfaces leaves us feeling a little unsettled. I think the real unsettling part of all of this is we just don't know too much about it. And that is what has caused a world to be completely uprooted. People are canceling trips. Festivals are getting canceled. Big trade shows are getting canceled. Expo West, one of the biggest trade shows, I think, in the world, certainly in the country for the natural foods industry, got canceled. South by Southwest got canceled. And many others are being, they're in discussion for cancellation. And then we see the stock market take the biggest one-day hit ever. When is it all going to stop? Well, my friends, my hypothesis is it's going to stop when we understand how to protect ourselves. And so in the midst of this pandemonium, there are some things that you can do and implement today to help mitigate your risk of getting sick and take the edge off. Because it's enough to make a girl sick to her stomach. And by the way, all of these tips that I'm going to share with you are things that we should be doing anyways. I was looking back at a video that I did for KTLA, one of the largest news stations in the country and based here in Los Angeles. I did it 2 years ago talking about safe kitchen practices. And so many of these practices are just common sense, things that we should be doing anyway. But when a virus like this catches fire, it's just a reminder of what we need to do. Especially when you can't even find hand sanitizer on the shelves and people preparing for an apocalypse has left toilet paper and paper towels pretty much non-existent on the shelves. Number 1 is wash your hands and surfaces. The WHO advises standard recommendations to prevent infection spread include regular hand washing with soap and water. Just good old soap and water. And a good practice is to sing the happy birthday song while you're cleansing. That should take about 20 to 30 seconds. This is a really important habit when you're in public areas and using facilities shared by others, like at the gym, if you're handling weights, mats, exercise equipment, and touching public door handles, especially the bathroom door or the toilet. Ew! I know so many people that barely wash their hands. I see them with my own 2 eyes. You gotta wash those hands for at least 20 seconds. And you want to wash them before and after a workout, before you eat, of course, or handle food. And then not a bad idea to do it just, every couple of hours. What's wrong with washing your hands, y'all? Just do it. Using hand sanitizers that have a high alcohol content can be a supplement. I wouldn't say replace the washing, but sometimes you're on the go, and let's face it, we don't always have access to soap and water. So a hand sanitizer that has proven efficacy is something that you can look at. And I have a great recipe for a DIY hand sanitizer on our website at eatcleaner.com. Because the truth is, at the publishing date of this podcast, you'd be hard-pressed to find any rubbing alcohol on the shelves at your local grocery store or drugstore. Have you ever wondered, is rinsing my produce with the water that comes out of the sink that I don't even drink enough to really clean it? Well, then you're one of the smartest people I know, because you're absolutely right. It's not enough. That's why we created the only all-natural and patented line of food wash and wipes, and it's called Eat Cleaner. It's tasteless, odorless, and lab tested, and it removes up to 99.9% of the residue that water can't, including pesticides, wax, soil, and junk that can carry bacteria that can really make you sick. Plus, we formulated it to help extend the shelf life of your fresh produce too, and that'll save you money. When your berries are lasting up to 10-12 days, you know that's a good thing. It helps your produce last up to 5 times longer using a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. So there's no chemicals. It's just clean eating fun. And this can help save your family an average of over $500 per year. Make it easy on yourself, reduce waste, and get that fruit and veggies into your body, where it's going to do you a lot of good and not in the trash. Check us out, eatcleaner.com, or head to our Amazon store at amazon.com/eatcleaner. You can also use our Eat Cleaner spray and wipes to clean surfaces, your hands. You can use them to wipe mouths, toys, binkies, and anything else that comes into contact with your mouth. And by the way, don't touch that cell phone while you eat. I see it all the time. People are eating and they're on their phone and they're touching their cell phone and then they're grabbing their sandwich and they're picking food up. Ew! Your cell phone harbors all kinds of nasty bacteria. So while you eat, put the technology down for more reasons than one. Because, hey, I want your full focus on food so you can digest better. So that's number 1. Wash them digits. Number 2, is cover your mouth with the little bend in your arm, not your hands, when you cough, and avoid contact with ill people. Seems like a no-brainer, but when you cover your mouth and your nose with the inside of your elbow instead of an open hand, it just makes a whole lot more sense. Because if you're going to try and shake somebody's hand with that open hand, well, then we're spreading germs. It's something we need to teach our kids too. I see so many children spray that nastiness all over the air, and my fresh produce, by the way. See it in the produce aisle all the time. And it's just another reason to wash those fruit and veggies and herbs with our Eat Cleaner liquid or powder wash. I'm just saying. But you want to avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness, such as coughing and sneezing. Anyways, happened to me at a sushi restaurant the other day. This woman was hacking up a lung just 2 seats down from me, and I had no problem taking my napkin and covering my nose and mouth. I just don't really care if I offend somebody, because my health is more important than offending you if you're coughing in my face. Sorry. Hashtag not sorry. And if you're on a plane or enclosed area for a long time, you might want to consider a mask or a bandana to cover your mouth and nose. Lord knows that enclosed areas like that are like incubators. So with that recirculated air, better to protect yourself than get stuck in that situation. So that's number 2. Number 3 is handle your food properly. The WHO organization suggests we thoroughly cook our meat, products, and eggs. Of course, that makes a whole lot of sense so we don't get food poisoning. But what about salad greens and raw juices? You know, if you're eating something that's raw and there's no kill step, you better believe that cleaning it properly is so critically important. Leafy greens are not only the number 1 cause of foodborne illness, there's no kill step when it comes to consuming it, if you're eating a salad, for example. But Eat Cleaner will help to reduce your risk of infection by up to 99.99%. Plus, it helps your produce last up to 5 times longer. So I'm just saying, you don't have to go to the store nearly as much and risk Billy Snot and cough juice spraying across your kale. If that didn't just ruin your appetite, it might have ruined mine. The next one is eat right and hydrate. Boosting your own body's immunity and ability to fight infection is on your own plate. It's by eating a variety of fresh fruit and veggies, especially those loaded with antioxidants and vitamin C. You know, eating to thrive, which is exactly what I talk about in my book, Eat Like You Give a Fork, the real dish on eating to thrive, meaning getting a balance of essential amino acids, those vital building blocks that come from protein that you need every single day because your body doesn't produce them all and it doesn't store them. Plus, you need good fat and slow-burning carbohydrates so you can fuel your body for maximum efficiency and strength. And when you add prebiotics like garlic, onions, and fiber-rich foods, and probiotic-rich foods like pickled kimchi and fermented foods like miso, tempeh, and black garlic, they all help to keep your gut health in check. And my friends, gut health is your overall health. It's everything. More and more studies are showing the link between gut health and improving your overall health and immunity. Maybe even more important than food, though, is hydration. Drinking enough clear liquids every single day to flush your system of toxins is so key. You can add some fresh lemon juice or raw apple cider vinegar to your water to help with controlling bacteria in your gut as well. And in my book, I have a step-by-step on how to do everything that I just mentioned, including making my Real Vitality Tonic, which has cinnamon and ginger and raw apple cider vinegar and all kinds of other stuff to help with digestion and your immunity. Another thing that's really important is exercise. You know, building strength in your body requires movement. And that also helps in getting the toxins out of your body through, you know, good old sweat and stress relief. If you try and get at least 30 minutes of movement every day in to get your heart pumping and introduce exercises that build muscle, you don't even need fancy gym equipment.